Well guys, it is officially time for the NLBN mini mullets to drop. You guys have been asking about them this whole year. I've been fishing them for I think most of this year, since early spring, maybe even late winter. I've been 8 months now, I think, 8 or 9 months. I've been fishing the NLBN mini mullets, and I know it's a little bit frustrating watching me on video catch fish on a lure that you can't actually buy or use. But now is the time. November 11th, Friday, November 11th, 2022 at 8 p.m. You guys will be able to get your hands on the NLBN mini mullets. I'm really excited for this. NLBN is a supporter of the channel, and they have been now for about 2 years, and I'm really excited for this drop. I got to use them from the very beginning, and they definitely work. I've caught so many fish on these baits, but they do come in 4 colors, or you'll be able to buy them in 4 standard colors. We got Twisted Tea, which is like a gold color, really nice color for pretty much every species. I think every species will eat a gold colored bait. You got Smoked Mullet and you got Fresh Mullet, which they're like OG NLBN colors. They're like a darker gray and then a lighter gray. And then you have Hell Yeah Butter, which is a white color, and I think Snook love white, so that is one of my favorites for Snook. But I have caught fish on every color, even some colors that are not standard. That'll probably be limited batch colors down the way. I think there was one video this year on the paddleboard where I pretty much switched colors every time I caught a fish, and I caught like a dozen fish that day. So that was a really awesome day. But the hooks you're gonna want to use with these are 2.0 BKK Titan Riders. They sell them on NLBN's website. And I think that combo of the hook and the bait together weighs about 1/3 of an ounce. So it's just a perfect bait for saltwater inshore fishing. You can throw it on a medium setup, you can throw it on a light setup. You can probably even get away with it on a pretty heavy setup if needed, but they're just about perfect for, saltwater inshore game. So yeah, that being said, unfortunately I wanted to make a video this week fishing them and catch a bunch of fish and make an awesome video for you guys, but we're getting whacked with a hurricane right now, or actually we're about to. By the time you see this video, we're probably gonna be mid-hurricane, but yeah, I can't really get out on the water. I think it's blowing 45 miles an hour outside, so not many opportunities for fishing in my opinion. So what we're gonna do today is actually look back on some of my favorite catches with the NLBN mini mullet. I think we're gonna look at like 5 different clips. I'm gonna react, and I'm gonna kind of tell you guys what I was thinking through it, because I don't always say it while I'm fighting the fish. There's a lot going on. So we're gonna get a little bit of a behind the scenes look into it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this. Please give the video a thumbs up at the end if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe as well if you haven't already done so. So yeah, let's get right into it. First clip, let's go. All right, so a little bit of background before we get into this clip here. It was about 8:30 in the morning. It was a nice calm day. I'm on the paddleboard. I had just released a redfish on the mini mullet. I'm using the Fresh Mullet one here, and I see this bigger fish just sliding down the sand, and I sneak up on him. I switch from my paddle to the rod. I make 1 cast, he doesn't see it. Second cast, I put it right in front of him, and yeah, let's check out this clip. Let's do it. Big red right next to me. Oh, got it! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh! I gotta get out. This thing's gonna take me up in the trees. What a sick fish. Oh. So the one thing that was really crazy here, typically fish usually eat the mini mullet like really aggressive. This fish was just slowly cruising behind it. Now it's just slow ticking, tick. It was just going left to right, just below the surface, and the fish just followed it, and eventually caught up to it, and that was like really like 10 feet in front of the boat for me, so it was really hard to tell in the video, but he was right there up on me. I felt like it was just any second he was going to see me and spook, but instead he just inhaled it, and that was it. He took off all around these sticks here, and eventually brought him in. Might even be bigger than 27. I don't know if I have a ruler on me today. I think he's bigger than 27. How sick. How sick is that? Whew. Beauty. That thing is a beauty. Yeah, it's about 27 to 30, somewhere in that range. Crushed the mini mullet.
So sick. So sick. I knew this size little mullet would be perfect for redfish. And it is. That was so perfect. The way he just chased it down, he was on it like the whole way. It's like he wasn't super aggressive. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay with me here. He wasn't super aggressive on it, but he was following it and just like in one one gulp took it inside into his mouth. Set the hook and we got him.
All right, getting into our second clip here. This was actually the same day, maybe just a few hours later. I want to say this was around 12 o'clock noon, and I had nailed a nice snook right here, but I had seen a few earlier. I wasn't in any water clear enough to sight fish any fish, but I had seen one spook off just a bit earlier, and I knew that they were in the area, so I just took my time, blind casted the area, skipping it right across the surface. You'll be able to see here how I usually target snook with the mini mullet. It's really quick, skipping it across the surface, twitching it really fast, and usually that's what triggers them to bite. So let's have a look.
Oh, that was so sick. Oh, that was sick. That's a nice snook. Oh, that's an eat. That is an eat. I'll loosen up just a little bit. There's fish all over the place here. That was an eat and a half.
So you really couldn't tell in the video, but that was incredibly loud, and I was probably 20 feet away from that eat. And the video just never gives it justice, like the audio. That felt so loud to me. It was like a firecracker going off right there in front of me, and it was just an instant hook set. And we ended up bringing that fish to the boat. I think he was probably about 25 inches. Let's have a look here. Let's see. I think I kind of picked him up and held. We'll probably be able to tell.
That's a good one. That is a good one. That's the one I've been looking for today. He's probably about 24, maybe 25. Nice fish, a really nice fish. Killed it, absolutely killed it in this muddy backwater.
Yeah, so you can see there that was actually in the twisted tea color right here that he ate. It's that brown color with the whitish belly. Like I said, snook will really like this color, and I think they'll like the darker colors in darker water. I think it sounds odd that you'd use a dark color in dark water, but it really gives it a good contrast in that mucky, brownish, tannic water. And showed right there, I mean, that fish absolutely clapped it. That was pretty sick, and about a 25 incher, like I said.
I'm gonna go for a quick unhook here. Pop this right out of him. Just lay him straight back in the water. We'll get him on his way. See if we can find another redfish or snook in this little pond. Yep. See ya. Oh, yes. I heard something blow up in that corner.
All right, so getting into our third clip here. These clips aren't in any specific order as to like my favorite or the very best. You guys can decide in the comments. Let me know which is your favorite clip today. But I think this is my favorite clip. This is my biggest snook ever on a mini mullet. And a mini mullet, these baits are only about 3.5 inches, I believe, maybe 4 inches, somewhere right around there. And this was a really big snook, really small bait, big fish eating a small bait, which you'll see right here. And yeah, really early in the morning, maybe about 8 a.m., nice dead glass morning, and let's check it out.
It's a real big one. Real big one. Don't go under the boat anywhere but under the boat. All right. Real big one. Real big snook.
Such a fat bass.
Oh. Looks like I want to say I hooked him about right. Nothing, you're good.
So right there, it might have been hard to tell in the video. You can actually see if you look really close, that snook was sitting so high up in the water column, its tail was sticking out of the water about that much. And that's kind of what threw him off, or he kind of, what should I say, kind of gave him away. I saw that from a distance away, and I knew I gotta approach this dock really slow. There's a good snook sitting right under there, and that actually took, I think, 2 or 3 casts to get him to eat, skipping it from probably 30 feet away and then twitching it out really quickly. I think that was the second or third cast that he took the bite, and it was so much louder in person. I wish I could, I have a mic under there so you guys could truly hear the audio, but such loud eats on these baits, and that was another one right there. This one around the dock, so I have a little bit of struggle here. We're gonna continue watching this clip, but this was a pretty crazy fish to land. I'm using a 2500 30-pound mono, tight structure, and let's see what happens.
I think everything's under control. If you want to grab my camera, that would be good. Come on. Nope, don't make it over there. Oh my gosh, that was a sick eat. No. Okay. All right, I think we did it. I think we did it. I was a little worried there when she started to swing into that dock there. I was like, oh, this is not gonna be good. If she makes one run into the piling. Oh. All right, come here. That was a perfect hook set. Oh my gosh.
That's so sick.
All right. Well, we've been fishing for about maybe 2 hours now, and saw this fish cruising under that dock there, really just like swirling around real slowly on the surface. One cast, tick, tick, tick on the surface, and she blasted it. That is a really heavy fish for the length.
Wow.
That is on a mini mullet there. That is not yet released. It's a 3 or 3.5 inch little mullet basically. And that color scheme is my murder mullet color, which is black and red, but she'll go about 35, I think. I'll lay her on this ruler here real quick, really quick. Head's on 0. Back here, looks like it's about 35 on the dot if I pinch the tail, but maybe sitting about 34.
So that fish, 35 inches, really heavy, good fish for such a little bait. And a 2.0 Titan Rider, like that's a really impressive fish to land on that setup. And the color I was using was actually my JM Murder Mullet color. It's like my own personal NLBN color. Obviously it's not going to be out with this drop, but maybe down the road we'll be able to have something like a limited batch drop with that color. It's basically a black back, red belly, really solid color. And as you can see here, I mean, that fish smoked it. This was one of my favorite clips by far. One of my favorite clips this year, honestly. All right, 4th clip here. This one I really like as well. We're down in the Everglades. I'm with my buddy Nick. Here, I'm not sure exactly what color mini mullet I was fishing here, but we'll see in a second. Really awesome clip where a snook just went absolutely crazy for the bait, ate it twice, and it was really neat. It wasn't a huge snook or anything, but just to see this fish so up close and personal, and they didn't see the boat at all, and just boom, boom, hitting it. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, he is. See him floating way behind the back of the log? Alright, he's literally just, yeah. Yep. He wants it. Let him eat it. Oh! Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's all you, because I didn't see him at all. Somebody stole the mini mullet, flew off. Alright, we'll get you off in a minute. That's what I'm talking about. That was a mini mullet eat right there. Chased it out. It did take slowing the bait down a little bit for him to decide to eat, but kept him hot on it the whole way.
Alright, so that was another situation right there where you can see I'm working it as fast as I can. Twitch, keeping it moving across the surface, trying to make it look like a super frantic looking bait. And that's pretty much exactly what it is. First one, he flew out of the water to eat it. The second one came right up on it and inhaled it, and took off. And that fish was probably only 20 inches, but it was just a super fun fish because of the way he ate. And yeah, that trip was absolutely awesome as well. The Everglades trip, we caught so many fish on NLBN lures. I will leave all the links to these videos down in the description if you guys want to go ahead and watch the full entire length video and not just this this clip. But yeah, I got one more clip for you guys. Let's go ahead and check it out now. And once again, real quickly to kind of set the scene for you guys here, real early in the morning, once again, nice and calm. It was a little bit breezy, but I'm in kind of a covered cove section here. There is a ton of mullet around, and that's what I was fishing. I was hoping for a big trout. I had seen one really nice blow up maybe 15 minutes prior to getting this bite, so I knew there was a big fish in the area. I just needed to keep fishing, keep line casting, do my best to just put that mullet and just cover the whole area in as much as I could, and hopefully I'd find a bite. And that's pretty much exactly what happened here. But let's check it out.
Oh, there it is. Smoked it on the surface there. Nice trout, popped it out of there. That's what I've been waiting for. That's a nice trout. I think it is, unless it's a red. Oh my, stud trout. Stud trout. Just twitching it through the mullet right there. Twitch, 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 came up and popped it. That's the one I was looking for. That had to have been the one that blew up in the mullet earlier. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Yep, I could have used this one the other day with Max in the tournament. He looks like he's 23. Beautiful fish. That is a beauty. It's exactly what I was expecting, throwing in the little pods of mullet here. Just something to come up out of there and pop it. Hooked him perfectly. Perfect. And make sure I wet my hands so we can handle this trout properly. Really, really, really nice fish. That pop, it seems so gentle, and it is a lot of times with a mini mullet. I feel like it has a really good action where they eat it almost like I don't know how to explain it. A little gentler than like some other baits. He might shake it right here. He's barely hooked. Wow, really, really big trout. I'm gonna try to leave him here in the water, but he's probably almost 25 inches, not gonna lie. That would have won us in the tournament a couple weeks ago with Max. That would have won us $2,000, and I'm about positive.
All right, so that fish there on the fresh mullet color, this is the biggest trout I have caught in 2022. It was about 24 to 25 inches. I don't catch a lot of trout anymore. It's just the way it is. It's really tough they're having a really hard time right now, but they do seem like they are rebounding somewhat. But we did get a good fish right here, 24 to 25 incher on the fresh mullet. And that was my, like I said, biggest fish in 2022. And in 2021, my biggest trout was on a little mullet. So back-to-back years, biggest trout coming on an NLBN bait. And that was really neat here. This was like in one of my most recent videos, but let's see, I should go ahead and release him here.
I'm not gonna go through all the trouble of measuring him because these guys are very delicate and there's not a lot of them, but that is about 24, maybe 25 inch trout. A beauty. Go ahead and just set him. I tried to do that.
All right, so like I said, there's not very many of those trout, so make sure you keep your hands very wet when you are handling them, and try not to take them out of the water. And if you do, make sure the surface that you might lay them on or maybe even measure them on is wet as well. So yeah, that is my that's basically my top 5 clips fishing the mini mullet since it has came out and I've been able to get my hands on it. Hopefully you guys will get to make some clips similar, if you know what I mean. Hey, maybe some big snook, big trout, reds. I think I've caught just about every species. I've even caught a black drum on a mini mullet. That was a crazy day. Every single species, maybe not a flounder. That is one thing I haven't caught. Have to try soon. But it is just an absolute awesome bait. I love it. I've caught so many fish on it. And do me a favor, support the channel. Go maybe grab a pack. If not, at least sign up for their VIP list and follow them on Instagram. Follow myself on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching today. hopefully you guys do just fine in this hurricane, passes over, everyone's safe. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in that next video.